Is it a good idea to purchase the Gigabyte Gaming OC version of the 16GB RX 9060 XT? Is it cool and quiet or hot and loud? Let's find out. This is how you will receive your graphics card, brand new. I bought it from a shop. There is no plastic film and no seals, just the box. Let's take a look at the back over here real quick. That's your features that Gigabyte wants you to know about. Nice matte black box inside. Quick start guide. A little bit of foam on top to protect the graphics card during shipping. And there's nothing else inside. No accessories. The graphics card comes in an anti-static bag, which is sealed. Some yellow tape. There we go. Let's remove that. Three fans, nice. There's a pull tab here that tells us to remove this thing before using the graphics card. Another pull tab over here. Oh, that broke off. Okay, no big deal. These fans have some protective film on top of them, so make sure to peel that, okay? And it wasn't easy. There are no pull tabs, so kind of had to carefully use my knife over here. Try not to scratch it. Not the best experience. Freaking finally. Gigabyte, either don't put any stickers on this to protect your logos, or just include pull tabs on them, okay? This experience is horrible. And the last one, done. There we go. Here it is, fully unpacked. Looks quite nice. Plastic shroud. There's an RGB light over here. We'll take a look at that later when I install this thing into the PC. And this is metal. Yeah, metal backplate. Nice. There's a pretty big cutout here to allow air pass through here. Not bad, not bad. But I was fooled by Gigabyte's coolers before, so we'll have to wait and see how this cooler performs under full load in games, alright? Let's take a look at this side. Game on. This is metal, just a continuation of the backplate. And this is plastic. Gigabyte logo over here on the corner. Pretty nice. In terms of display connectivity, we get one HDMI and surprisingly not 3, but just 2 display ports. These are all latest ports, 2.1 and 2.1. Let's take a look at the PCIe slot. There it is. The graphics card uses a single 8-pin power connector. Gigabyte recommends at least a 450 watt power supply. If you ask me, get at least a 550 watt power supply, just to be safe. This gaming OC version of the 9060 XT takes up 2 slots exactly, so it is quite slim. Let's measure it now. That's 284 millimeters. And 118 millimeters tall. For a 3-fan design, this graphics card is quite compact and should fit into most PC cases, especially if you have a mid-tower case. Let's examine the cooler now, shall we? Yeah, it has 4 heat pipes, which is nicer than what I've seen on some other graphics cards that are way more powerful. Also, it looks like Gigabyte is using a copper plate over there instead of regular aluminum, which is nice, because that plate right there is delivering active cooling to the memory modules as well. Although some memory modules are placed on the back of the PCB, making contact with the backplate over there. We can see that here, right there, in between the PCB and the backplate. The same 4 heat pipes are piercing through the heatsink on this side as well. And there is active cooling for the power delivery system right there. That's nice to see. Is there more at the top here? Yeah. Here is what it looks like inside of a PC. Quite nice. And it is light enough to not require any additional GPU support. There is no flex in the PCB or the backplate. It is absolutely fine to leave this graphics card like that, no issues. And here is the RGB light that I was talking about. You have 2 options. Either have the Gigabyte logo light up like this, or you can open this up and have the LED light just shine full blast like so. Personally, I prefer it like that, a little bit toned down. In terms of gaming performance, the RX 9060 XT is quite versatile thanks to its generous 16 GB of video memory. For the best experience, I recommend pairing this graphics card with a 1440p monitor. However, thanks to the new FSR4 resolution upscaling feature, you can also use this GPU with a 4K or ultra-wide 3440 by 1440p monitor. 1080p is also a viable option. I made comprehensive dedicated videos testing the 9060 XT at various resolutions. Check them out at the links in the description below to learn more. Now on to the most important part. How does the Gigabyte Gaming OC behave in games under full load? As you can see, the GPU is indeed fully loaded. It consumes around 180 watts. The core clock is at 35 to 38 MHz. The GPU temperature is at 55 degrees, which is pretty good, but the hotspot is at 77 degrees. And all of that in a room with the ambient temperature of 25.5 degrees Celsius, that is almost 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, 78. Just changed. The temperature is rising, obviously, because the game is running and the graphics card is putting out heat into the room. The game has been running for over 20 minutes, so I think it's a good time to take the measurements. The GPU fan speed is at almost 1800 RPM. It's not particularly low, but it's not too high either. It's pretty good, I would say. Let's use the wireless microphone to listen to the noise this graphics card is making. It is not absolutely silent, but that is pretty quiet. There's just a slight fan noise that's blending in with the rest of the fan noise coming from other fans in the system. As a result, I think this is absolutely fine. It passes my test. I can use speakers to play my games with that sitting right next to me, no issues. It is pretty good. I must say that Gigabyte did not disappoint me this time. In conclusion, I think that the Gigabyte Gaming OC RX 9060 XT is a pretty good graphics card. It is quiet enough and it is cool enough. Also, if you found this video helpful, then don't forget to reward my work with a like. It helps out a lot, I appreciate it. And subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already. It was I, Radeon. Until next time.